I'm talking in my head anyways. Uh, then I have to calculate also for the maintaining of homeostasis, the added of using my breath and making sure I'm taking deep breaths into my belly as I'm walking. It's like to walk and talk. However, uh, there's a matter of taking things into your own hands, and then there's the matter of awaiting or giving all the power away. I can't do nothing about that. It's in so and so's hands. So, I suppose I'll sit down. Truthfully, and it's funny how these things they force you to admit the truth. Force me at least. Truthfully, I can walk and pace and meditate, but once I introduce trying to talk at the same time, I point the camera and look into the phone, see where I'm aiming and all that sort of shit. And I'm not focused on my posture, so my bioefficiency starts going down. All these things I'm sure they would condemn me for. However, I'm getting more of a keen sense of awareness of my internal organs, my precious bodily fluids, and I think that's actually uh, quite commendable. Well, see, it's a matter of my if I increase my activity a little bit too much past this point, it's not that it's uh, it's not that it's extremely alarming. It's that my body is I'm sensitive enough to my body that it's like my timing is my own. I'm not I'm not getting alcohol poisoning, and then waking up the next morning having to go to my 9 to 5. It's a massive hangover. So, but in these truthful sort of moments between you and your body, if you have yeah, my flashlight's not attached to this camera or this phone, it's the other phone. If you have within you the sort of drive to like, okay, what are my options? Because I didn't they didn't take the option that was laid out before me, and that's a fucking bait and switch. So what are my real options? And it's different for different places, and there's a lot of options you're not even going to see. Uh, from my travels, I know of I do know of some friar monks, like old school friar monks, with the robes and everything. And they used to do community meals. That was like long ago. I don't think they still do it, but they have. But they have. I have. They do have up there, like basically their own walking clinic. Taking my blood pressure, all that sort of thing. But not but. Additionally, maybe would be the better word to use. Additionally, spiritual guidance for for living with my choices, or being trying maybe trying to be more responsible. I'm sure that they would have a better wisdom as far as responsible living. or I'd say I'm fairly responsible. I'm reckless, and maybe God doesn't always appreciate that because uh, it's like one of those curve things that comes back. So the spiritual guidance would be in addition to them checking out my heart, whatever, and then I could go to them and be like, "Hey, I researched into this and this and this because I already know from the time I did go to the hospital, and they hooked me up to a machine, and I fucking watched the machine." And then when they came in and said everything's fine, I'm like, well, what about when the machine did this? And they're like, oh, well, we don't actually record that or watch it. It's only after you're dying that it lets us know that you're dying. But we can sign, you can come in a month or two, totally rearrange everything in your life to come in on this day so we could do the same thing. But we'll actually watch it this time. Well, I'm not retarded like them. So I watched the fucking thing. And I've learned quite a bit about the potential fucking differential diagnoses. And then as I'm here, I have some of the books I found. Some of the books I found on my misadventures. One of them I opened up to page 90, just randomly. Just because I was sometimes I ran to read a book, I just open up to a random page, start reading. Open up to a random page, start reading. Oh, things that literally cause you to fucking have like heart and cell and cancer issues, like these forms of fucking fucked up stress and shit. Things like uncertainty and apprehension. Oh my God, is the doctor going to give me permission so that I can communicate without using but, blah? Shit's a fucking curse. Hmm. But I do have to try to be somewhat reasonable. At least that much. Um, in that book, there's closing an argument, or not closing an argument. It's how to close, how to open, how to close. The book I found at the thrift store. Go to the thrift store, try to get pretty clothes, all that sort of thing. Basically, nothing I get fits. It's all like fucking. It's all a tease, whatever. I need to learn how to sew and make dresses. It's like a fucking dream come true that I need to do for myself. Uh, but I did have the disregard for everything else in the store that is fucking inaccessible to me. I went to the books and I found a fucking gem, like a gem of a gem. He's like, okay, I remember something angry. I just think of like Lincoln's life and all the badass shit he did, and all these like things I didn't know about, that how he did things, and like how awesome and like unique and novel the shit he did is like reflected in like this weird sort of like anger towards society for being everything opposite of that. Like Lincoln didn't graduate school. Lincoln was too smart for school. As I started to say, like being good at school isn't fucking good. You need to be good at life. I've been hearing this in my head a few times lately. Over like it's been pop my subconscious is throwing at me with the epic rap battle with the philosophers. Let's get the part where Nietzsche. You need to take control of the life you've been given. Call me Ubermensch because I'm so driven. You need to take control of the life that you've been given. I forgot how that relates to my previous point. Gestures are. I'm learning things. Learning. This is great. I think I have better audio quality in here. Oh, quality. I would have to learn to pronunciate like my favorite like my favorite pronunciators. My body is kind of saying you can get back up and walk around and shit, but like I know like I try and walk and talk and all that. Like I actually need to like get into a rhythm and either burn myself out or crash. I always think it's Saturday night. It's a good time to go out, opportunity. But at the same time, it's mostly the rich folk that have the fun, and it's getting through all the crowds, all that sort of shit. Plus, if I wait here overtime, a friend might show up, might not. It doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, but regardless of what happens, even if I fucking die or whatever, like sudden death, as long as I upload this and the last one, then creation has been brought forth. Like something has been made from nothing, and what's unseen counts for nothing. At least in the eyes of man. I mean, of course. Yeah. That's one of the. Really, like, how do I describe to my reasonable friends my unreasonableness? And like, what's the most fundamentally absurd statement I can make? That's an utter rejection of all modern values. The antithesis to everything that everyone like stands for in their head as of like 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? Because no one everyone thinks the 2 plus 2 equals, like, they think they're saying 2 plus 2 equals 4, but they're really saying 5. They just don't realize it yet. And then for a second, I'm in danger of actually losing my point, which would have been a fool's errand. Humbling. However, it seems like the most radical radical sort of statement I can make would have to do something with having faith. Like if I said I choose faith over science, I choose faith over law, I choose faith over good and evil, I choose faith over money, over business, I choose faith over living a long life. It's like faith in what though? It could be in faith in fate. To me, as a certain faith in God, but that's because of the weird shit that's happened in my life. But I'm sure that does not happen to everybody. But it's given me the perspective that if all reasonableness says to take path A, but there's an omen to take path B, I'm gonna take path B. That's the right choice, and no one else in the world is making the fucking right choice. Well, actually, a lot of people are. I take that back. I'm very wrong. There was this one dude who like travels. He just like walks, and he's just like people try to give him money. He's like, no, I can't accept no money or anything. He's like, well, how do you eat? He's like, God provides. He's like, if I take the money, it fucks it all up. He's like, I don't know how I'm gonna eat. I'm just gonna walk. I'm gonna find some food or something. Now, I can't live like that. I have a lot of carnality. I need to have things. I must have things. And the things don't matter. The things fucking matter. The things give reason to live, to kill, to fight, to eat, devour, to survive. So it's been. So it's always been. It's an old man. I have where I'm from. I have one selection for boots to wear. These. That's my only selection I get. These don't help me attract mates. These just help me ensure that I'll stay lonely and discarded. Fucking man boots. But in this land, I was actually, and this actually like helps give me like my suicidal thoughts reduced quite a bit. Just being like, okay, I can actually access these things. And people are like, oh well, it doesn't matter. Okay, well let me burn your fucking car. Your fucking or let me fucking find the most like finding nice, pretty, shiny thing you have and fucking destroy it. Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't need those things. You got all the other. You got the internal. You got the sentiment, the love and the fucking the whatever. It's people. I find the whole jealousy thing is often perpetrated by the people who have everything. Don't be jealous of me. You're just hating. Then why you rub it in my face? Why you gotta rub in my face that you have 10, I have none, and then you demonize me because I want one, and then you won't even give me the means to acquire it. However, in this land, for disgusting abominations such as myself that have these grotesque clown feet, which are normally forbidden to ever gracefully wear feminine boots or whatever. Like if it like the place that I'm from, it's mostly fucking ridiculous. Fucking I came up with stuff I couldn't even walk around in. I'm all like worried about my heart. Then I get all angry and I'm like fucking anger. Like anger is life. Keeps the thing going. Yeah, I've acquired nice things since I've been here, and these nice things are essential. They're essential for my breathing, for my beating heart. They are absolutely essential. My heart will not beat without them. At least in the sense that I can acquire them by whatever means it may be. Like I do not care. I will have nice things. This what the small fucking people say is just reflective of the larger macrocosm, where the fucking New World Order is fucking telling us that yeah, we will own nothing and be happy. But I got my thing, so I can like really not give a fuck about other people's shit, because other people's shit, they got like all the nice shit, way more nice, like riches beyond my imagination. I just want a fucking taste. Just want a little fucking taste. And because I'm a man, because I like feminine things, that taste is demonized. Like, why don't you want to go? I don't know. Why don't you want to go do this shit? I want to put on makeup first. Why you gotta do that? It's so superficial. Why can't you just be a real man and jump in the fucking colored Bugatti, whatever? Gonna put my decals on. Uh, yeah, I was gonna listen to music. Then I started ranting in my head, and I kept ranting in my head. I'm like, well, you fucking, I might as well just rant it out as I like onto the actual fucking video. I think I've basically said some things that I was wanting to say as a follow up to the last video. Certainly don't have them in a bulletin point thing. Voices carry from far, it seems from someplace. Probably definitely get to 350 push-ups, but I do have to consider my rest. Definitely taking it easier, but there's always is a good night to explore. Same time, I actually really want to be around people. Oh yeah, I was gonna wear my nice things and go out. I forgot. Yeah, I was gonna do the whole thing with wearing the nice things, but I actually been more so just settling. I've been more so doing exercises recursion, association. It's been meditative. I've been having a meditative experience, and then you know, doing some push-ups every now and really I'm just waiting for someone. But while I'm here, I have a meditative experience, and I try to knock out some push-ups. And at some point, if I didn't have like this stupid fucking, well, it's not stupid, but it is what it is. The heart thing pop up, and I had to eat the peanut butter. So I gotta eat more of it soon. I gotta finish the fucking thing. I gotta finish that fucking can. Not all at once, but I need to eat a solid bit there last. But I yeah definitely one thing that sucks is when you get to the end of the night like this. I find myself kind of the people I do talk to here and there. Maybe people are like they're very distant. Just like I never met them, but I could talk to them. It's basically online kind of thing. So it's like these little blips of like connection, and then now and I have like the whole day or 2 days or 3 days, whatever, of experiences and craziness and misadventures. It's but then but it's never. But I don't have access to that at the end of the day. It's like I want to wind down. I think when you're like wanting to wind down is actually when you really want to just you might really want to chill and talk to somebody or. But I get to this point or whatever. I might get to this point. It's like fuck. Like wish I could talk to somebody, but I have no connectivity. And then even on top of that, it's useful in a lot of ways because I am with my own thoughts. It's actually a very nice place. I think it's very, very nice. I think it's downright beautiful. I think it could be better. If I had a broom, I would sweep. Make it better for doing push ups. This thing here, kind of like practice like where I aim. Shadow boxing. Uh, fucking time is it? That's the other thing. Is I'm waiting around. I push past the. I'm within reason to move on. I'm also within. It's also within reason to keep keep waiting around. Kind of opinion is because I brought my sleeping stuff. See, I already got my sleeping stuff. If I go out running around too much, I gotta put my sleeping stuff back. If I go run a little bit, maybe I bring my sleeping stuff with me. It's not that much. Far away, leave me to myself. I want to look up the lyrics to that. Oh yeah, and I want to upload these videos. I don't want to have like I have so many that have been moved onto a hard drive. There's like levels of insanity, right? And I'm not so sure I want to show all the levels just yet. But I feel like I'm keeping myself pretty decent, somewhat protected uh, with just what I've, I'm not giving away too much. That would put me personally at risk from whatever fucking. But I also have to work on increasing defenses elsewhere in that regard so that it doesn't matter if I like say that this or that. Because true freedom, I guess it requires a certain level of finesse. I feel like I'm missing something as far as closing. I guess part of why I want to get the videos out is just in case of the I mean, for hilarity's sake, there could be a cardiac arrest or a fucking brain aneurysm, which actually like, gives the fucking situation gives it a bit of like gravitas into actually sorry I forget to actually like get something out of it like I've done I've done a lot of video stuff, just haven't uploaded it and it's all fucking jumbled together and none of it's fucking titled and I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about most of the time, at least like from scene to scene. I'm sure plenty of it's fucking gold once you sift through all the shit. But it's not out there, and what isn't seen counts for nothing. So here we are now, and I think, well, where's the nearest Wi-Fi that isn't a fucking fast food corporation I despise? What options does that open up? How far? I feel up to making that distance. Wow. Fuck. At some point, it might be better to concede and use the stupid fast food Wi-Fi. If the fucking if it's like one of those in particular times of okay, I have one thing to do, and then I am making it as efficient as possible so that I can get on with the next phase as efficiently as possible, which is essential for whatever reason. Which might be like just chilling the fuck out in this case. And then like, it's like how long it takes. And it's the fact that I probably actually won't die though. I like really had to be really extremely reckless and really like try to push it. I think, and then have warning signs and big pain that ignore that further. Which I do to some degree. So, but if I was just to like chill out, whatever. If I literally said, okay, I'm gonna chill out, which means I don't have going out doing whatever, then I'm very likely just to be fine. And I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll have an opportunity to post. If I don't chill out, hmm, I'm not sure. I mean, part of me says I would go out walking around, but I suppose I could overpush myself here. I get too enthusiastic with exercising or dancing and all that. But maybe that's it. I think that it actually might be a big part of my issue is that I'm not actually like dancing and fucking. Actually, I probably need to push my heart, uh, get it up fast, fucking like like take just do some fucking Dionysian wild shit, right? Physically in this little space in which I'm sort of like shielded from the limitations of others, or even just that their presence would impose. You just can't dance quite as freely unless you're alone, maybe. And that would probably get my body and heart, everything back in time, and feeling good and strong. Whereas, uh, if I keep talking here, well, my posture's slacking. It's correcting my posture back up, but it's little things like that. So following our will and when we may just go where no one's been and ride the spiral to the end. May just go where no